12-year-old Filipino Elvis stuns everyone on AGT 2025. Simon Cowell hits golden buzzer. The theater lights dimmed as the audience at America's Got Talent 2025 buzzed with anticipation. It was another night of dreams, hopes, and miracles. Then, a small boy walked onto the stage, shy, barefoot, and clutching a cheap, scuffed-up microphone. His name was Miguel Santos, a 12-year-old from the Philippines who had never even been on an airplane before. The crowd's murmurs grew as Simon Cowell leaned forward, intrigued. Miguel's accent was thick, his voice soft but full of courage. "Hello, my name is Miguel, and I'm here to sing, like my hero, Elvis Presley." A few people chuckled, not unkindly, but skeptically. What could a tiny Filipino boy possibly know about the king of rock and roll? Miguel took a deep breath. The music started, "Can't Help Falling in Love." The first note escaped his lips, rich and velvety, with a depth no one expected. The theater fell silent. His voice carried a rare, soulful warmth, every word trembling with emotion. It wasn't just mimicry, it was like the spirit of Elvis had found a new home in this little boy. Simon's eyes widened. Heidi put her hand over her heart. Some people in the audience began to cry. By the time Miguel hit the final note, the silence exploded into thunderous applause, whistles, and cheers. But Miguel didn't smile. His small hands shook, and his eyes glistened. I sang this song for my papa," he said softly when Simon asked about his performance. "He used to sing Elvis songs to me every night before bed. He said one day I'd sing on a big stage, maybe in America." But, his voice broke. "He got sick last year, and we didn't have money for his medicine. He told me not to give up on music. He said music can heal hearts, even if it can't heal everything." The room fell completely silent again, this time out of respect. Miguel's story wasn't just about talent. It was about love, loss, and the kind of faith only a child could carry. Simon's eyes, usually sharp and cold, softened. "Miguel," he said after a long pause, "your father would be so proud of you." Then, without hesitation, Simon stood and slammed the golden buzzer. Golden confetti rained down like stardust, swirling around Miguel as he stood frozen, tears streaming down his face. The crowd stood as one, chanting his name. "Miguel! Miguel!" Even the backstage crew wiped their eyes. It wasn't just a great performance, it was a moment. The kind that reminds everyone why they believe in dreams in the first place. Later that night, in a quiet corner backstage, one of the producers found Miguel sitting alone, staring at the trophy-shaped confetti in his hands. "You did it, kid," she said softly. Miguel smiled faintly. "I just wish Papa could see me." She knelt beside him. Maybe he did. Miguel looked up at the bright studio lights, they shimmered like stars. For a brief moment, he imagined his father standing there, smiling, whispering, "Sing from your heart, son." When the episode aired, it went viral across the world. Millions of people shared it online, not just because of his voice, but because of his heart. People from all over, America, Europe, and back home in the Philippines, sent messages of love and donations. A small community in Manila even gathered around a single old television, cheering when they saw their hometown boy on screen. Miguel became a symbol, not of fame, but of hope. The following week, AGT invited Miguel to perform again, this time on a grand stage with a live orchestra. Before the show, he met a woman backstage, wearing a nurse's uniform. She introduced herself quietly. "I'm from a hospital in Manila. Your father, he was in my ward. He used to tell everyone that his son was going to sing for the world. He never gave up believing in you." Miguel's eyes welled with tears. "Thank you," he whispered. That night, Miguel sang, "If I Can Dream," a song Elvis once used to inspire hope during troubled times. As he sang, his voice rose and broke and soared again, filling every inch of the auditorium. He sang not for fame, not for the judges, but for every child who'd ever been told they were too small, too poor, or too far away to matter. He sang for the dreamers. By the final verse, everyone was on their feet. Simon wiped his eyes, something few had ever seen him do. "You didn't just bring Elvis back," he said when the applause died down. "You reminded us why music exists, to heal, to connect, and to remind us that love never dies." Weeks later, Miguel stood on the AGT finale stage, not caring if he won. He looked at the crowd, then up at the sky. "This one's for you, Papa," he whispered before the lights came up. He didn't just sing that night, he became the song. And when he finished, the world didn't just applaud. It believed again. From the streets of Manila to the world's biggest stage, a barefoot boy with a borrowed microphone taught millions a lesson no one would forget: you don't need riches to be remarkable, only love, courage, and a song in your heart. And somewhere, beyond the lights and the noise, a father's spirit smiled, proud, peaceful, and finally home. The end.